When women thrive, humanity thrives. That's the theme for the Women's Pavilion in collaboration with Cartier at Expo 2020 Dubai, which aims to break stereotypes.
Yeah, South Africa's very own Dr Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka endorsing the pavilion while she was still the executive head of UN Women. Newzroom Afrika's Ziyanda Ngcobo has more for us now from Dubai.
We're at the Women's Pavilion here at Expo 2020 Dubai, which is basically displaying 5 different narratives and really celebrating women, both known and unknown, and their contribution to women equality, gender equality, I should say, and empowerment. And to talk more about this collaboration with Cartier here at the Women's Pavilion, I'm now joined by the Vice President of Participation Management, that's Hinda Aluwais. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, the plight of women across the world is something that remains important, but however sometimes falls off the agenda, when you look at several governments across the world, when you look at budgets, when you look at implementing, UN treaties.
Absolutely. First of all, it's a pleasure to be with you, and welcome to the Women's Pavilion. As you have rightly said, the agenda for gender equality and women's empowerment doesn't always remain as critical and as central. We here in the UAE have always placed women's participation, leadership, access, opportunities as something that was necessary for this country to develop. The UAE is only 50 years old. It's a very young country. When you think about what they have achieved and how this country has developed, they have done it because of this belief, because of this faith that women have to be equal partners. And so for us, reinforcing this message that the agenda of gender equality and women's empowerment must remain central is sort of second nature to us.
I mean, our very own South African export, Dr Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka, our country's first woman deputy president, but has just come back home after serving as executive director of UN Women. She had a campaign during her tenure, was looking at bringing men on board to actually fulfill this women's agenda, to fulfill gender equality. How is this pavilion also embodying that, given the fact that Dr Mlambo-Ngcuka has endorsed the Women's Pavilion?
First, you mentioned somebody who has been so inspirational to me. She played a big role in how I formed my thinking about this issue. And for her, the He for She campaign is also exemplified in this pavilion. We don't talk about the equality of women and their rights in society without talking about the role that men have to play. We have a whole section dedicated to, in our storyline, to the men who have helped us, who have been partners in making sure that women have an equal seat. For example, our founding father, the man who founded this country, always used to say that women are equal partners in building of this nation. He used to say that, a bird doesn't fly with one wing. You need both. And that's exactly it. A society cannot function when you have either men or women, half of its population left out.
All right, there you have it. That's Hinda Aluwais. She is the Senior Vice President for Participation Management here at the Women's Pavilion in collaboration with Cartier here at Expo 2020 Dubai. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziyanda Ngcobo in Dubai.